In this video, I will talk about the Las Vegas sphere. These are 4 cases I created based on the Las Vegas sphere. It's not just simple model rendering. If you don't know what the Las Vegas sphere is, take a look at this. A large, round LED display screen that can play videos in Las Vegas. When I saw it for the first time, I was amazed and wondering how it was worked. How could I create videos and display them on a spherical LED screen? My initial thought was baking textures. Creating a texture and baking it onto the sphere. Similar to this basketball. However, as I saw more examples, like this, and this, my mind became confused. How were they achieving these effects? Simple texture baking cannot do this. So, I googled the display technology of the sphere. But there wasn't much about it. Until I saw this photo. It's funny. Familiar yet unfamiliar, but it revealed a crucial detail. That is UV mapping. I think I know how the Las Vegas sphere works. Next I will show you my production process. Let's do it. Create a UV sphere, and increase its segments and rings. I regard this as the basic model of Las Vegas sphere. The LEDs on the sphere will use this UV to display videos. Let's start with this basketball. First, I found a high-detailed basketball model on Sketchfab, using it as the high-poly model. In Substance Painter, I baked the details of the basketball onto the sphere. Then, I drawn a basketball texture for the sphere and exported textures. In Blender, assign these textures drawn by Substance Painter to the sphere. The next thing to do is to set up the lights and add texture animations. Then bake all results of the rendering onto the texture. Since real LED emit light, I used a mix of colors to blend the base color map with linear light to create self-illumination. To make the basketball spin, I animated the texture's location X. Next is the baking process. So I created a new texture for baking. But how to determine the most suitable aspect ratio for texture? Look at this. The height is half a circle, and the width is a full circle. So, the aspect ratio for baking the texture is 2:1. I set it to 20:48 and 10:24. Then in the Bake section under the Cycles renderer. Before baking, select the sphere and the created texture. Click Bake to start the baking process. The baking result is good. But at this point, I realized the problem. Would I have to manually bake frame by frame? This would be a tedious and cumbersome task. So I opened Google and entered this. Fortunately, I found an add-in that serves this purpose. If you need this add-in, you will find it in the description of this video. Please note that I only tested this add-in in Blender version 3.6.2. I installed this add-in, and it appeared here. Set the rendering frame range. Before animated bake, it's necessary to save the previously baked texture to a specific path. This add-in will save baking sequences in that directory. Otherwise, this add-in will not work. All the settings are fine, then click on Animated Bake. After a while, I got a sequence of frames for the animation. Due to screen recording issues, my Blender crashed. Don't care about this add-in works fine. Finally, just assigning this sequence of frames as a texture to the Las Vegas sphere will achieve the desired result. Using texture baking, I also made a case like this. The sphere's basic material is a fully reflective metal ball. I used the coordinates of an empty object to control a wave texture and added a bump effect to the sphere, and animated the phase offset to make the wave move. This is very simple. But one thing maybe you should know is the reflected direction of baking. Let's bake it and see the result. As you can see, the baked reflection doesn't match my camera's view. Change above surface to active camera. There must be a camera in your scene. Bake again. I got the reflection that I wanted. You can create your preferred procedural textures, using the same approach to bake an amazing video. Let's move on to this. I created a large sphere to serve as the Las Vegas sphere and added a rigid body. I generated several balls of different colors linked to the same rigid body. Set up a force with a negative strength to attract the small balls towards the center. Disabled the gravity. These balls will bounce around on the Las Vegas sphere. But how can this be rendered and assigned it to the sphere? Look at the camera at the center of the sphere. Firstly, switch to the Cycles renderer. In the camera's lens properties, change the perspective to Panoramic, and set the panorama type to equirectangular. Look at this. The camera rendered images from all directions. By assigning this to the sphere as a texture, I will get the results I want. All that's left is just to render this animation. Let's continue. This is a slightly more complex case, but it can produce stunning videos. Firstly, in After Effects, I created a short emoji animation using shapes. You can notice that it lacks animations like head turns or nods. I will add these animations in Blender. Came to Blender. Assign the emoji animation to the sphere. If you want to use a sequence texture, choose Image Sequence here. Turn on Auto Refresh, otherwise the sequence frame will not be refreshed when playing the animation. Open the timeline. In the file browser, I need to know the number of frames of the emoji animation, which is from frame 0 to frame 513, totaling 514 frames. The offset allows selecting which frame to use in the sequence. I just need to add the animation here. Since the offset starts from -1, the final frame should be set to 512. Then, adjust the frame rate to match the emoji animation, and the animation will play on the sphere. Next, I created another shader to make the yellow part of the emoji and blended these two shaders. Factory determines the blending type, and the alpha from the sequence frames can be used here. After inverting the alpha, these two parts will blend correctly. However, the current effect is not what I want. The emoji expressions are stretched. I will solve this problem using UV Project. Create a circle, extrude it into a face, and place it on the side of the sphere. Select the sphere and add a UV Project modifier. Choose the previously created circle here. You'll notice that the emoji is mapped onto the sphere in the direction of the circle. So I can control the circle to adjust the mapping position and scale on the sphere. I set the circle to wireframe display for a better view of the emoji's mapping result. At this point, you will notice that the back of the sphere also has unwanted emoji mapping. I will solve this problem later. Create a spherical empty object and make the circle its subset. This way, I can control the spherical empty object to animate the emoji's nods and turns. Will I be able to get the desired result after baking at this time? Let's try it. You'll find that the bake texture doesn't appear as expected. After applying UV Project modifier, you will find that UV Project will change the original UV of the model. So I need to create a new UV for UV projecting, using the sphere's original UV for baking. So add a new UV and display it. Then select the original UV for baking. In UV Project, select the new UV added. Now Bake Again will get the correct result. Then assign the bake texture to the sphere and use the original UV to display the texture. This is what I want. By now, I believe you understand the principle of this case. Next, I will deal with the problem of repeated mapping behind the sphere. Add a vertex color, which I'll use to multiply the emoji's alpha. This will remove the emoji on the back. Connect the vertex color to the surface. Select the sphere. Create a geometry node. And drag the circle into it. Use geometry proximity to control the vertex color. Pay attention to connecting the distance to the output. Select the sphere, and in the output attributes, choose the added vertex color. Now, you can see the changes in vertex color. Moving the circle, you might notice no change. Just activate relative. And now you'll see that the vertex color changes with the circle's position. Add a math add node here to control the range of influence for the vertex color. Reverse the order to put white at the front. Rotate the spherical empty object. The white will always face the circle. This is what I want. In the material editor, disconnect the display of vertex color. Connect the blended texture to the surface. And I just need to multiply the emoji's alpha with the vertex color to remove the emoji on the back. The emoji behind the sphere has been removed. Bake the texture to see the result. I got what I wanted. Now, all that's left is to create the emoji's nods and turns animation. In addition, add some lights to show some highlight effects. The last step is to bake the sequence animation. After getting these sequence animations, I added some video transitions to them in video editing software and output this video. With this video, I think I can play the video on the LED screen in the Las Vegas sphere. I will post the entire project file and edited video to Gumroad, and you can get it for free. Okay, that's all of this video. It's indeed a big project. I hope it can inspire you. If you have any questions, please leave a message in the comment area. See you next time.